gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set these drivers loose for another night of amazing racing action here in this one. Let's get it, baby! Oh, let's go, chat. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to set these drivers loose. We get ready to go green flag racing here in this one as these drivers get loaded into the sim. We're going to get ready to let them loose as they get loaded in here for heat race number one as we're going to hop right into the racing action. Casey Durant coming in with that heart reaction. Jake Stefanski, my boy Matthew Glenn coming in, showing the love here in this one. Matthew with the let's go. Tony Whipperman, my boy, coming in, showing the love. What's good, Tony? How are you, brother, coming in here in this one as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go as the UMP Modifieds live from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway for the Montana iRacing League are about to get underway. As starting on the pole in the 2 machine, that is Braxton Tinker. To his outside in the 307, that is Merlin Sorensen. And down on the inside in the BBI number 86 ride, that is Patrick Lemire. To his outside in the 185, that is Zane Lemire. And bringing up row number 3 on the racetrack in the 29 ride, that is Jeremy Sorensen. And to his outside in the 3D Racing House of Speed Norwood Sim Sports number 77, it's Warren Samoy. And bring up the rear of the field in the Pacer Sign and Designs number 32, that is Pacer Popham. As we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go, heat race number 1 starts to roar down into corner number 1. Out in front, Braxton Tinker trying to hold on to that top spot as he quickly jumps up to the middle groove. Here comes Merlin Sorensen and Patrick Lemire as they duke it out door to door. Zane Lemire poking his nose right in there. The 307's going to go around. They're going to get stacked up as the 77 Warren Samoy climbs up onto the hood of the 307, and we're going to see our first caution flag of the evening fly quickly here in this one. A quick caution flag is unfortunately the 307 and the 86 continuing to beat and bang here. You see him beating and banging down through 3 and 4. Then it continues here into corner number 1 as some contact with the 185 and then nowhere to go there for Warren Samoy. Nowhere to go for the 25. You see the 32 having to jam on the brakes and get that car locked up before he slid into that mess there as well. So we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing as my boy Casey Durant. Casey coming in, showing the big love here with the 100-star donation coming in, setting it off here with the heart reaction and the 100 stars. Absolutely insane. Connor Budensick coming in, showing the love with the heart reaction as well. My boy Justin Toll, Mr. JT up in the house. What's good, JT? Says, I win. I win. Justin, you win every race, brother. You win every race, my heart. Every race in my heart, brother. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in just a few more moments. We'll take another look back at it and see what we can see here real quick from the driver's seat of Warren Samoy's ride as we'll try to jump on here with Warren and quickly see what he sees here from the cockpit as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more seconds. Warren head down into the corner of 307, sideways right there in front of him, just gets tied up and unfortunately nowhere for him to go and gets a good look up at the sky as we are back to green flag racing here in this one. The green flag quickly back out into the air is down through corner 1 into the 307, back up into position number 4 in looking for more. Here is Braxton Tinker, continues to lead the way. Tinker out in front, showing him how to get it done, but here comes Zane Lemire down on the bottom side. The Lemires are going to make some contact though as Zane Lemire and Patrick Lemire make some contact, opens up the door for Merlin Sorensen to try to get back down underneath of him. Braxton Tinker way up the racetrack trying to use the extreme high side. Unfortunately, it's not working out too well for him as the 185 of Zane Lemire keeps getting these great runs down low underneath of him. But right now, Braxton Tinker able to hold him off as more contact. Around goes Patrick Lemire up into the outside fence. The caution flag is going to fly here for the second time in heat race number 1 as Patrick Lemire gonna go around there as some more beating and banging and battling here just on the inside of our top 4. And unfortunately, this time just looks like everyone running out of room. 86 gets in there a little bit deep, trying to stay off the 185, and as he does so, just unfortunately gets onto the binders. Nowhere to go here as the the 307 ride of Merlin Sorensen just going to get into the 86 and unfortunately spin him around up into the outside fence. Not a ton of damage there for Patrick, but unfortunately that's going to put him and the 307 at the rear of the field. So we'll have to see if they can work themselves back up through the pack here towards the front of the field in this one as we get them stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Once again, let's get a hashtag Casey up in the chat here for my boy Casey Durant coming in, showing the big love here with the 100-star donation. A huge shout out to my boy Casey coming in, showing the love here in this one, dropping the 100 stars, showing the big love as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one. Making sure everything is looking good. Facebook is good. YouTube is looking good. Everything is looking good. If you guys are watching over on YouTube as well, make sure you guys hit the like button over there on the YouTube stream. Make sure you hit that subscribe button there as well, as we are back to Green Flag Racing as we go single file restarts here in this one as the restart back out for the 2 ride of Braxton Tinker. Is Tinker looking to pick up the checkered flag here in heat race number 1. Zane Lemir's been right there on him though, trying to figure out a way to get up and around that number 2 machine. The 29 ride of Jeremy Sorensen going to move up into position number 3 as Warren Samoy in the 3D Racing 77 ride, battling door to door. Now with the 86 of Patrick Lemire as the white flag is going to be displayed one more time around here for Braxton Tinker. As Tinker down the backstretch for the final time here in heat race number 1, down through quarter number 3 and out at quarter number 4, Braxton Tinker is going to pick up heat race win number 1 on the evening. Zane Lemire there in second, Jeremy Sorensen, Patrick Lemire, Warren Samoy, Merlin Sorensen, and the 307. Actually, I don't know if it was the 307. Who brought up that final spot there? We'll have to take another look at the official standings there of that one. Let me see if we can get those pulled up here real quick. Yo, Snickers Scorer coming in, dropping the subscription here in this one as well. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Scorer, I think so. Snicker Scorer coming in, becoming a brand new subscriber over there, the Prime sub on Twitch. I appreciate you coming in, become a part of the PeaceMaker family, become part of the PeaceMaker sub club over there on YouTube. As yeah, it was Pacer Popham coming up in that final spot. That's who I was wondering. I was like, there's one more driver there I'm trying to think of. Just couldn't figure out the name. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 2. Is heat race number 2 going to jump out there onto the racetrack as these drivers get loaded into the sim and ready to try and get a win here in our second heat race of the evening. Starting on the pole in the 85 ride, that is Patches Be Fast into his outside. In the 37 machine, that is Joey Price. Starting on the inside, a row and number 2 in the 5H, it's Chris Hill into his outside in the 54 ride. That is Joseph Brooks. The 06, the Tri-City Speed Machine of Tommy Bush and Cody Blixt bringing up the rear of the field here in heat race number 2 as we are back to Green Flag Racing. Patches Be Fast coming in, showing the love here in this one as Patches looking to try to pick up the win in this one. Not new, just my new channel using that Prime Gaming sub. Okay, that's you, Matthew. That's you. Okay. I was like, who is that? Who is that? I was trying to figure out who Snicker Scorer was. It was sitting in the back of my mind. I appreciate you, brother, coming in with that Prime sub. As out in front, the 85 ride of Patches Be Fast continue to lead the way. Joey Price right there in position number 2. Here comes the 06 as Tommy Bush working himself from the rear of the field up towards the front as here comes the 06 ride up into position number 3. Chris Hill back into position number 4 and looking for more as he's trying to hold off the 28 ride as Cody Blick's going to make the move around him. And the OTD machine going to jump up into position number 4. Chris Hill up the racetrack down through 3 and 4, going to get up into the outside wall, going to keep it rolling here as Joseph Brooks deep in the pack back there in the 54 ride. Unfortunate break there for Joseph Brooks, having a tough go here in this one as we are going to see the caution flag fly as we believe Chris Hill having some issues in the 5H ride. Down the backstretch, we'll take another look at it and see what happens here. Chris Hill up into the wall there, then not sure if something broke here in the right front for the 5 machine, but comes into corner number 1. Looks like something finally let go, gets hard up into the outside wall again there, and Here comes Joseph Brooks around him there, and unfortunately for Chris Hale, that is going to take him off the racetrack and back down pit side. So we'll stack him up, rack him up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments. What does the top of Cody Blick's car say on top of the roof? On top of the roof of Cody Blick's car. The 28, or is there, oh, there's something else there. Let me see. I don't know if we'll, let me see if we can get into it. Let me see if we can get into this here. Let me change a couple camera angles and see if we can get a look at it here. And Daddy Longlegs is, I do believe, what it says there on the side of the 28 ride, or on the hood of it. Daddy Longlegs, okay. I don't know the reference, but hopefully everyone else that's cheering on this 28 machine gets that reference, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here as we get them 2x2x2 back throughout the field. Joseph Brooks getting back to the rear bumper here of our top four. We'll see if he can work himself back up into contention here in this one, as Patches Be Fast is going to see that green flag fly here once again from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. Patches Be Fast out in front, but here comes the 37 of Price. Price right there on his back bumper, some contact up into the outside wall goes Tommy Bush, and so doesn't Cody Blixt. No caution flag on the racetrack as of yet, as we will take a quick look back and see what happened. The 06 still slow up there on the high side of the racetrack, as not sure what happened to the 28 ride and the 06 hard up into the outside wall here in corner number 3, as it looks like they make a little bit of contact right there on entry, and unfortunately they just get tied together. The 28 ride, really not a whole lot of damage there, but unfortunately for Tommy Bush, he's going to take his car off the racetrack. Is out in front. It's Patches Be Fast. Patches out in front, showing him how to get it done, is now Joey Price hard up into the outside wall there. Price with some pretty good damage. He's going to slide up the racetrack into the wall again, as the right front is absolutely blistered apart, as the white flag has been displayed. So for the final time around, the 85 ride surviving this heat race, as Patches Be Fast gonna pick up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Joseph Brooks there in second, Cody Blixt in position number 3, and Joey Price coming home in position number 4, with Tommy Bush and Chris Hill both down pit side. Fix them cars and restart the race. I know, right? That would be ideal, but luckily enough, it's only a heat race, and everyone is going to make it into the show here. Nobody's going to get sent home early, and the nice thing about this league is that everyone's going to get an opportunity to, try to pick up the win, and all these guys have ran together in real life. If they're on the racetrack, maybe not in the same classes, but they've been at the same racetracks, racing in real life, a lot of these drivers, and then they're all from the Montana area. That's why it's the Montana iRacing League, as they're all from the Montana state. So pretty cool idea, pretty cool to see all the Montana boys showing up and showing out here in this one, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 3. Is heat race number 3 gonna load into the sim and get ready to rock and roll. Starting on the pole in the 00, it's Riley Wolf into his outside. In the 57 ride, it's Maurice Meyer. Starting in position number 3 in the 1H machine, that is Vernon Hill into his outside. In the 2 ride, it is the Pacer Signs in Designs Flawless Auto Body number 2, that is PJ Popham. Starting in position number 5 in the 50 ride, that is Caden back into his outside. In the 43 ride, that is Casey Durand. As we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. If Cody McCoy is racing, watch out for the hot dog stand. He's not racing in this one, Jerry, but I'm sure he might be racing to the hot dog stand anyways. If there was a hot dog stand here, trust me, I'd be running for a couple hot dogs right now. A couple track dogs right now. Oh, those would go over well right now with me. I would enjoy a couple track dogs. So we're going to go green flag racing here in heat race number 3. The 00 ride tight into corner number 1. He's going to go from hero to zero here down the back straightaway off the pace up on the high side of the racetrack, letting everyone go by. Is Riley Wolf trying to get his handle back on that 00 ride. Unfortunately, didn't get a lot of warm-up practice here for the 00, and he may be paying the price right now as he goes from hero to zero. There in lap number 1 is Maurice Meyer going to jump up and take that top spot away. PJ PJ Popham in the 2 ride. They're in position number 2 with Vernon Hill in the 1H. They're in position number 3. Caden back there in position number 4, looking for more, but here comes Casey Durand to his outside as they beat and bang and battle down at a corner number 4, the 50 ride. Unfortunately, slides up into the 43. They're both able to keep it pointed in the right direction. See Riley Wolf getting his legs back underneath of him as the 00 ride trying to work himself around the 50 as Caden Black again. Very, very tight and shallow entry into the corner. Unfortunately, slides up into the wall. He's going to get another piece of it there. He's going to take that car off the racetrack and down pit side. So a tough break right there for Caden Back. It's out in front. Maurice Meyer continuing to lead the way. Here's Meyer out in front. PJ Popham in the 1 right of Vernon Hill. Going to make some contact there. Getting up into the outside wall ever so slightly as these two looking to put on a show here for that second spot. A great crossover and a slide jump out of the 1 ride. Vernon Hill goes for the slider, unfortunately blinking there a little bit as he disappeared off the race screen for a hot second. That probably scared the bejeebas out of PJ Popham as he didn't know if he was inside of him, spinning him around, or what was happening there as the 1 ride disappeared on the racetrack right after pulling that big slider on the 2 ride. A great crossover and a great job by PJ Popham keeping that second spot, but Vernon Hill trying to track him back down here once again, and this is exactly what the 57 rider Maurice Meyer wants to see. He wants to see these drivers continuing to duke it out back there behind him as he's going to see the white flag fly. He's going to have 1 more lap left to go with a very solid lead. 1.7 seconds between himself and our second place driver PJ Popham is down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Maurice Meyer gonna pick up heat race win number 3 on the evening. PJ Popham, Vernon Hill, Casey Durand, Riley Wolf, and Caden Back gonna round out our top 6 there in heat race number 3 as these drivers gonna jump out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session. They're gonna make sure their cars are ready to rock and roll. Don't worry, we'll skip it here. It's not going to be the whole 15 minutes. They have it 15 minutes as next week we're going to be doing some dash for cashes here in this warm-up session where we'll get the drivers out there. We'll line them up. They're going to do like 6 cars, 6 laps. Whoever can win will earn themselves a little bit of an extra payday next week. So something that they're trying to implement here and there. Obviously, they kept the 15-minute practice in there. We're not going to run the whole 15-minute practice out, but we're going to get a quick drink, and we're going to get ready to go here for our main feature event in just a few more moments. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that gosh heckin' follow button as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing in our main feature event here in just a few more moments for race number 1 of 2 this evening. We're going to have 2 races here tonight. I do believe the street stocks up next, ready to rock and roll here for our next broadcast here later on this evening. But man, this is going to be a lot of fun. Darius, Richard, Brian coming in with the share on the stream admin box with that like. Jerry Cox, Aspen, Russell, Kenny Storkson, Kelly Blixt, Darius, Richard, Brian coming all in with the reaction clip for Bellamy, Jeremy Sorensen, Brian Wax coming in, showing the love here, all coming in with those reactions. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in, showing the love here in this one. Everyone make sure to put enough fuel in. Yeah, you want to make sure you got enough fuel in these cars. We had, unfortunately, a few drivers last week run out of fuel. Really became an issue out there, and for one of our sessions in the 305 sprint cars, we had to put up like 3 different sessions because the fuel wasn't even going to get close to being able to make it. So they had to adjust that a couple times and put up a couple different sessions. Ended up stretching it on a little bit longer, but nonetheless, still some great racing action as we're going to get ready for some great racing action here in just a few more moments. We're going to be right back as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing for our main feature event. a few more moments away. We're going to get into our A-Main feature event. Our A-Main is going to get underway here in just a few more moments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose in just a few more moments. We're going to get ready to set them loose. We're going to get ready to have some fun here in this one. These drivers out there on the racetrack continue to get their warm-up session and continuing to work on their lines to make sure that they are absolutely ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here for our A-Main feature event here in just a couple more moments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're tuning in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. We get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to go to battle. If you're tuning in over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Become part of the PeaceMaker family. Become part of the PeaceMaker crew over on YouTube today. We're going to be stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go here. Just a few more moments. Woo! Yo, what's good, Mr. Marshall? Marshall coming in, showing the love here in this one. What's good, homie? Austin coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. Anthony Garp coming in with that like on the stream as well. What's good, Anthony? How are ya? Matthew says, oh yeah, brisket burritos rock. Matthew, my boy, you're gonna make me hungry, brother. You're gonna make me hungry, my dude. You can't be doing that to me. You can't be doing that to me. Brisket burritos? Oh my God, that would be delicious. Kelly Blinks coming in says, Cabo tomorrow. Is the 28 hitting the Crown Royal yet? Yes. Yes. Kelly, the 28 is definitely already into the Crown. That is for certain. I wish I was going to Cabo. Better than your hot dogs? Yeah, I would imagine they're probably better than hot dogs. I'm not going to lie. You can have the best hot dogs at the best racetrack. I'm pretty sure a brisket burrito is probably going to be top-notch and way better than that. Kelly Spears coming in with the like on the stream. My boy Charles Colby Barnes coming in, dropping that thumbs up as well. What's good, Charles? What's good, brother? How are you? Russell Wolf coming in with the like on the stream as well. What's good, Ross? How are you, my dude? Russ coming in, showing the love here in this one. Look at these drivers stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go here. Just a few more moments as practice slowly but surely depleting slowly but surely, coming to a close, and that means we're going to get ready to go here in just a little bit for our A main feature event. As our A main about to get underway, these drivers are about to jump out onto the racetrack and go to battle here in this one. Cedar Lake Speedway getting worked in perfectly. You can see the racetrack already starting to slick off, which is going to make it very difficult for these drivers to find a good lane out there on the racetrack. The high side going to definitely be the the preferred line on the track. We're going to see a few drivers trying to run the slide job lane, trying to make those passes, and those are going to be the big passes to make here all evening long, are going to be those big sliders down here throughout the corners, and it's going to be an absolute slide fest here in this one. Looks like that's the way it's going to shape up to be. Yo, what's good? Racing Jason Fontaine coming in, showing the love. Says, what's good, my brother? What's good, Jason? How are you, brother? How you doing? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful evening. Hopefully you're ready to watch some amazing UMP Modified action here on iRacing. As we got 40 laps of racing action here ahead of us as these drivers get loaded into the sim. We're going to get ready to set them loose here as our A main feature event about to get underway. These drivers getting loaded into the sim behind our official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here from Cedar Lake Speedway as they're ready to rock and roll. Starting on the pole in the 2 ride, that is Braxton Tinker. To his outside in the 85 ride, that is Patches Be Fast, and down on the inside, a row number 2. In position number 3, it's the 57 ride of Maurice Meyer. Into his outside in the 185 ride, that is Zane Lemire. Starting in position number 5 in the 54 ride, that is Joseph Brooks. Into his outside in the 2 ride, it is PJ Popham. Starting in position number 7 in the 29, that is Jeremy Sorensen. Into his outside in the 37 ride, that is Joey Price. Starting on the inside of row number 5 in the 9th position in the 1H ride, that is Vernon Hill. Into his outside in the 86 ride, the BBI machine, that is Patrick Lemire. Cody Blix there in 11th has the 43 of Casey Duran. To his outside, the 3D Racing House of Speed number 77 machine of Warren Samoy back there in 13th with Tommy Bush in the 06 to his outside. Riley Wolf in the 00 ride there in 15th with Merlin Sorensen there to his outside. And then we see Chris Hill, Caden Back, and Pacer Popham bringing up the rear of the field as 19 drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to put on a show. Here for us in this one is down through quarter number 1 and 2. We're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as the 2 ride of Braxton Tinker getting a great restart there, a great start on our feature event. As I'm not sure what was going on with the 85 ride, really just let him walk away there on that start as he was just way off the base there on the high side. And unfortunately, Patches Be Fast falling like a rock as Patches back there in position number 7 trying to hang on to it as he's going to get up into the wall. So is Vernon Hill. The 86 ride, the 37 also collected in that one as Joey Price and Patrick Lemire get some damage there as well. And we are going to see the caution flag fly here in this one. So the caution flag coming out. We also saw some more contact there, as well as some more carnage a little bit farther back behind him, the 307 ride. Merlin Sorensen looks like he's going to have some issues a little bit deeper in the field as Casey Durant washes up the racetrack over the nose of the 06. Unfortunately, Chris Hill getting turned around there. We saw the 07 ride there as well as Casey Durant up onto his lid, and an unfortunate break for Casey as he was looking to have himself a great evening here at the racetrack, and unfortunately finds himself in a world of trouble as the 43 ride up on top of his lid here and not the spot that he wants to be. As we'll get another look at what happened here to Casey Durant right there in the middle of 4 wide. Unfortunately slows up, washes up the racetrack, and unfortunately right over the nose there of the 06, gets sideways up into corner number 1 and goes upside down. Around goes Chris Hill there as well. And we'll take another look at the other issue out there on the racetrack as Patrick Lemire and everyone else gets tied up in this one. Is some very hard battling, some very hard racing out there on the racetrack. Everyone trying to get everything they can. And right here you see the 85 and the 1 ride come together, washes the 85 up into the outside fence. Nowhere to go for the 37, and 2 ride of PJ Popham getting a piece of that one. The 86 gets into Vernon Hill after Vernon Hill gets up into the wall, and Just a bunch of tore-up race cars early on in this one. As we stack them up, rack them up, we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Bracton Tinker out in front as Kelly Blix. Kelly coming in not once, but twice with the big donos. Let's freaking go. Kelly coming in, showing the big love here with the 50-star dono, and then backing it up with another 100-star donation coming in, setting it off here in this one. Let's get a huge hashtag Blixed up in the chat right now. Not Blitzed, Blixed. We'll get a hashtag Blix up in the chat here. Kelly coming in, showing the big love here in this one. I appreciate you coming in, dropping the 150-star donation on us here at the start of our main feature event as we're going to get ready to stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing as Bracton Tinker out in front, choosing the high side lane here on the restart. Not wanting to give up that high side lane is Joseph Brooks right down low. He's looking to try to use the bottom lane as the two-ride shoots down the racetrack, down into the inside wall. Is everyone going to get stacked up here? The 77 ride trying to hang on to it. The 185 in there. This is just absolute a parking lot down here in this one. Is unfortunately Bracton Tinker going to go from hero to zero down the back straightaway here as we will take another look at it as Bracton Tinker, unfortunately, the two machine just hooked up on the high side, left the bottom side open, trying to get everything he can up here on the high side of 1 and 2 on the restart, just loses the rear end, shoots down the racetrack into the inside wall, and then everyone just getting checked up there behind him as the two-ride ends up turtled onto his lid there, upside down, and a heartbreaker there as he goes from hero to zero in about 1.5 seconds there in that restart as that's going to give the lead to the 54 rider, Joseph Brooks. So Brooks now out in front. Maurice Meyer there in second, just narrowly avoiding the two-ride. Jeremy Sorensen up into position number 3 with PJ Popham there to his outside. Restart, says Matthew. Restart. I don't know what happened. Everyone just disappeared. Oh, no, Cody. That's no good for you right there, brother. That's no good for you, that one. Then I was running into shit. It happens. It happens. Bracton Hot Carl Tinker. Let's go. Let's go, says Dustin. I like that. The Hot Carl Tinker machine of Bracton Tinker going from hero to zero. 3 laps and restart the race. Yeah. Well, it's basically a restart. They're restarting now. Just unfortunately, one driver, actually 2 drivers down pit side is Bracton Tinker and Zane Lemire both down behind the wall here, but nonetheless, we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to battle here in this one as we're waiting for the lights to turn off. The official iRacing pace truck. This field is stacked up 2 by 2 by 2. They are ready to rock and roll. They are ready to go back to battle. As you look through the field, some movers towards the front here, being able to try to avoid some of the carnage, try to keep their cars in the right direction. You look at Chris Hill, already up a lot of spots here in this one, already up 11 positions on the racetrack here for Chris Hill, up there in position number 6. What a move here early on for him. Pacer Pump him up 11 spots as well on the track as unfortunately Zane Lemire, Cody Blix, and Bracton Tinker having some issues out there on the racetrack. As we stack them up, rack them up, we're going to get ready to rock and roll. May want to add more fast repairs for this track. Yeah, we might want some more fast repairs here. I don't think it's fast repairs. Unfortunately, just a few of the drivers ended up upside down. That means they had to tow, had to sit back there and wait for their tow to be done. And under caution flag, the towing takes even longer, and then just you end up sitting there for 3 or 4 minutes here, and unfortunately just puts you behind the ball in a quick hurry. Yo, Hemato coming and showing the love. He says, yours, we are back to green flag racing. Quickly, Joseph Brooks out in front looking to run away with this one as the beating and banging and battling continues on back there behind him. Verdon Hill down low trying to get away underneath the 29 rider Jeremy Sorensen for position number 3 as the caution flag is going to fly here once again in this one. Some contact afterwards there between the hills, and unfortunately could be some pretty good damage there on the one ride of Verdon Hill, so we may see him go back down there as he spins out the 32 ride there for some unknown reason. I'm not sure what the call was for that one, but he's going to spin the 32 around. See that right front absolutely busted up here on the one ride, trying to get it down pit side. Unfortunately, the car won't turn for him as we'll take a look and see as the 307 ride It's the green flag here, sitting pretty. We see the 00 head down pit side. We see a couple drivers slow up on the high side here, and unfortunately it looks like the 307 of Merlin Sorensen and Casey Duran going to come together, and one driver blinking there a little bit. Was in there, then he was gone. I think that was Patches Be Fast that got tied up into that one. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that was Patches right there. As Patches going to get tight washed up the racetrack, which kind of creates this whole issue here as the 307 and 43 come together. Then he's going to get a big piece of the 307, and that car just disappears off the racetrack. So I think he lost connection, but nonetheless, we'll stack him up, rack him up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. My boy Hematode says, have a great stream. Green flag, let's go, baby, let's go. Hematode, unfortunately, the green flag didn't last for very long. The green flag was only out for a few microseconds there before the caution flag came back out, but slowly but surely, these drivers will run out of repairs. They'll be down pit side here for the remainder of the evening, and we'll see some great racing action. I go to races to see the wrecks, but this is insane. Yeah. The wrecks are sometimes awesome to watch, but when you got to watch so many of them, sometimes it gets a little bit tough. It gets a little tougher, but hey, these drivers, it's been a little while. Eye-pacing again tonight. Eye-pacing. It is a little bit of eye-pacing. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Unfortunately, that's how she goes sometimes. And as these drivers get a little bit more used to running with each other, a little bit more used to being out there on the racetrack and back into the simulator again, as most of these drivers have been off for months and months and months, getting back into the swing of things, relearning all the cars, relearning what they need to do, and getting ready to, get back into the swing of things. Sometimes takes a little longer than anticipated. Some drivers having to figure out some bugs, trying to figure out some issues that they may have with their rides or the handling of their cars, but nonetheless, it's going to be a good show for us here in this one, as the field's going to get stopped up here and waiting for the official iRacing Pace truck to roll back out onto the racetrack here as this one got extended. Drinking game, every yellow drink. We're going to get messed up, Cody. Cody, we would get messed up in a quick hurry if that's what we had to do. I don't think we would get a green flag lap in, because I think everyone would just wreck on purpose just to get us all drunk. That's for certain. That's for damn certain. Don't steal my game, bro, says Aspen. Yeah, don't steal his game. Come on now. Good thing is that no one gets hurt and money is not a issue, all for fun. Yeah, exactly. That's 100% it. No money on the line, just bragging rights, just fun, just good times on the racetrack with, good local guys that know each other personally, is always a good thing to see. As we're going to go back to green flag racing is out in front. It's Joseph Brooks. Going to see that green flag fly here in the 54 ride as Maurice Meyer right there in position number 2. PJ Popham back there in position number 3 with Jeremy Sorensen and Patrick Lemire rounding out our top 5 as you see the flag man waving that green flag back out into the air here, or the yellow flag back out into the air here, as we are going to see the caution flag quickly come back out here in this one again, as I do believe the 32 ride here having some issues as Pacer Popham, the Pacer signs and designs, number 32 ride, going to go for a bit of a wild ride here in this one. Trying to hang on to it here, gets slowed down the backstretch as he was super loose going through the corners there, just trying to catch that car, and unfortunately the 185 ride is Zane Lemire going to get into his back bumper and jack that car up and help him go around there in that one. So tough break, but not a lot of damage, not a lot of contact, so we'll stack him up and rack him up and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in a quick hurry. As out in front it is Joseph Brooks continuing to lead the way, as we got hammered last year every single race. I could imagine every single race would be right. I mean, last week you guys would have been so messed up, 100%. So far this week it's starting off in the same direction, so hopefully we can see some good green flag laps and not have to get you guys too messed up, that's for certain. Well, you may have another race tonight. We do have another race tonight. We have another one at 10:30. Luckily enough, it's with this group, so even if we were running late or anything else, it's just the same group of guys. We'll restart it, get 2 different races, 2 different broadcasts for 2 different cars, as we are back to green flag racing here. Joseph Brooks out in front, continuing to lead the way. Maurice Meyer right there in position number 2 is PJ Popham there in position number 3. Patrick Lemire up into position number 4. And looking for more, here's the BPI. Number 86 ride trying to work himself up to the front of the field here as he's right there on the back bumper of the Flawless Auto Body. Pacer sign in the signs. Number 2 ride is some contact. PJ Popham almost going around. No caution flag there. The 2 Ryan went down through the infield there for a hot second. Almost went for a wild ride right there. Somehow he was able to catch it after him in the 57 made some contact. We'll take a quick look at it. They're battling here door to door for position number 2. Unfortunately, one coming up, one coming down. They make some contact. Luckily enough, they're both able to keep pointing the right direction, and for somehow or another, Maurice Meyer was able to hang on to it, but we are going to see that caution flag come back out here. And in this one, it's the 0-0 ride of Riley Wolf, unfortunately having some issues in the 0-0 ride deeper in the field here as Riley deep in the field down the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to get super tight here. You can see that left front pretty tore up here for that 0-0. It's up the racetrack, unfortunately, with drivers right there with him when he gets stopped, not taking the car off the racetrack quick enough. The caution flag does fly here in this one. So we will stack them back up, or rack them back up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing as out in front, it's Joseph Brooks continuing to lead the way here as Brooks probably not liking these caution flags as that's bringing a lot of very fast drivers right back to his rear bumper as Maurice Meyer now up into position number 2 and Patrick Lemire right there in position number 4. Tommy Bush in position number 5 with the 37 right of Joey Price there in that 5th position. Warren Samoy up into 6. Cody Blixt, Pacer Popham, Zane Lemire, PJ Popham rounding out our top 10 with Patches Be Fast there in position number 11. Unfortunately, down a lap. Riley Wolf down pit side. Caden back down pit side as well. Chris Hill off the racetrack. Jeremy Sorensen and Merlin Sorensen both down pit side as well. Casey Duran, Vernon Hill, and Braxton Tinker all off the racetrack as we're going to go back to green flag racing. Single file restarts here in this one. So all night broadcasting for you. Yes, all night broadcasting for us here in this one as we got a couple big races here, a lot of racing action here ahead of us throughout the evening as out in front, Joseph Brooks looking very good as they go almost 3 wide back there behind him for position number 2. The 57 ride of Maurice Meyer trying to hold on to that second spot as the 86 of Patrick Lemire trying to jump up into position number 2. Tommy Bush right there in position number 4 and looking for more as we look back on what happened last week. We saw the 54 and the 86 ride come together, taking the white flag here in these UMP Modifieds. As they came together, they got up into the outside wall, created quite a stir here in the community as these drivers were definitely not happy with the result as they both got taken out. It opened up the door, though, for Warren Samoy to pick up the checker flag in the 3D Racing House of Speed Machine as Warren was able to pick up a win. Fortunately for Joseph Brooks and Patrick Lemire, sent them both deeper into the field here, but right now they're looking good as some contact back there behind them, the 06. Tommy Bush gonna go around down into the infield. The caution flag is going to fly. It's Tommy Bush and Cody Blix right there getting a piece of each other. We'll take a look and see what happens as the 06 having another oh no moment out there on the racetrack. Looks like he's going to get some contact right there as the 57 ride just unfortunately going to get his nose underneath him. Nowhere to go for Warren Samoy. The 28 ride getting in there as well as Cody Blixt and a couple other drivers getting some good damage onto their rides. They're going to get their cars back into one piece and back out there onto the racetrack as you see the 06 head down pit side to get some repairs done to his ride. The 57, Maurice Meyer down there as well, going to get his car fixed up and back out there onto the track as Joseph Brooks continuing to lead the way. Now has Patrick Lemire right there behind him in position number 2. Joey Price, Warren Samoy, and Zane Lemire rounding out our top 5 as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing for, I don't even know, the 7th time tonight, 6th time, 7th time, 8th time. I don't even know what we're on. How many drinks you guys on? That's the big question. I thought Daddy Longlegs were faster than that. I thought so too, unfortunately. I mean, Cody's still out there, so not a lot of damage on the 28 ride, or he doesn't want to take the cover down pit side. May not have another fast repair for the 28 machine, so still out there on the racetrack inside the top 5 as see if Daddy Longlegs can work himself up to the front of the field as we get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Single file restarts here once again as Joseph Brooks down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. He's going to see the green flag fly. Gets a great restart there over Patrick Lemire. Lemire back in position number 2, trying to hang on to that second spot as the 54 ride of Joseph Brooks opens up a couple car length lead as here comes Lemire trying to close up the gap and draw in these drivers here in this one. This week as well, I do believe the mirrors are turned off, so making things a little bit more complicated for these drivers as they did have the mirrors already on in the last one, but this one they got the mirrors turned off, and these drivers are just going to have to try to figure out what they need to do. As Cody Blix going down through the infield again. He's going to wash up to the racetrack here and get a piece of Tommy Bush again as Tommy Bush going to get his car pointing back in the right direction here. Keep it rolling here. No caution flag. They make a little bit of contact there. Cody Blix, we saw down through the infield, got a good piece of the infield tractor tires. Still to keep that 28 ride pointed in the right direction here. Luckily enough, not going around her. Spinning out the 06 ride to bring out another caution flag. It's the front of the field. We see some great racing action here as the 86 ride of Patrick Lemire taking a look to the outside here of the 54 ride as they get ready to duke it out here as we're halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. So we're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker gaming. Crank it up, ladies and gentlemen. Crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver here in this one. Is the caution flag actually going to come back out here? Is the caution flag going to come back out once again? We did see Pacer Popham tied up there. 74 Studios coming in, says stream looks awesome. I appreciate that. 74 Studios coming in, showing the love. 74. That's my parents' racing numbers. That's pretty awesome. 74 Studios coming in, showing the love. Matthew says 9th caution flag. Well, that's 9th. That's the 10th. That's another caution flag and another drink for everyone up in the chat right now. As every caution, you take a drink, and unfortunately, some people get pretty messed up here in this one. As we will take a look back, take a look and see what happened here to Pacer Popham. Pacer struggling a little bit here in the Pacer side in the Zines and number 32 ride as he battles to the outside of the 2 machine of PJ Popham. We're going to see 32 getting super loose there on the racetrack, washes down the track. It's stopped right there. No caution flag there as of yet. And then I think something else may have happened here as Tommy Bush looks like he may get some sort of action in on this one as well. The 06, oh, that was the 28 ride hitting another infield tractor tire there. There you go, some contact. That's what we were looking at earlier. Nonetheless, caution flag going to come back out there for Pacer Popham, so we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here once again as we're going to crank it up here in this one. Back and see what brings out the caution flag here yet again as we will take a look back and see what happens. It looks like Tommy Bush in the 06 having some more issues out there on the racetrack. The 06 ride trying to work himself back up through the field here. Unfortunately, the Tri-City Speed Machine just looks like him in the 28 ride. Going to make some contact. He's going to get the front nose shoved down the racetrack. Tries to correct it. Unfortunately, overcorrects it up into the outside wall, pointed in the wrong direction, and that will bring the caution flag right back out here in this one. So We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing as I bet the flag man is tired as shit. Yeah, the flag man's arm is probably about to fall off. Tony Whipperman coming in with the like on the stream. What's good, Tony? Tony coming in, showing the love. Braden Carter, Hematode, Alan Peters, Cody, Jay Horton coming in, showing the love with the reactions here in this one as we are back to green flag racing. We're back to our PeaceMaker Gaming. Crank it up. Our crank it up, going to come to a close here as this race slowly but surely coming to a close as out in front with 11 more laps left to go. Joseph Brooks down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. The flagman going to display the double high five. 10 more laps left to go here in this one. For the 54 of Joseph Brooks is Brooks continuing to lead the way here in this one. Patrick Lemire right there behind him in position number 2. Unfortunately, Lemire starting to slide backwards here from our race leader. About 7/10 of a second between our first and second place cars on the racetrack in the battle for position number 3, starting to heat up as the 37 up on the high side. Here comes the 77 of Warren Samoy and the 2 machine of PJ Popham. All right, there is Warren Samoy hard up into the outside wall here into the tractor tires. The caution flag is going to be displayed. We might need the red flag there for that one as Warren Samoy maybe hurting here in this one as that was a heavy hit right there for that 77 machine. That was a thunderous hit down in corner number 1. We will get another look at it as Warren Samoy sends it in here. Unfortunately, a little contact right there is going to send the 77 right up into the tractor tires. You see that car just absolutely get tore apart. That was a very heavy hit right there for Warren as we will play it back and get another look at it here as we will take a look here from the rear view camera here, the little rear cam of this number 77 ride. The good look at it right here is there's the contact that up into the tires and what a hit right there. Stop dead and set them straight backwards. You know it's a hard hit when you don't bounce forward at all. You don't get any forward momentum. You just go for a wild ride right like that. Get another good look at it here. Warren Samoy up inside the top 5 right there, looking to the outside of the 2 ride, trying to work himself into a podium position. Unfortunately, that car is all sorts of bent up and destroyed as he takes the down pit side and trying to get that car repaired and back out onto the racetrack as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here once again as Joseph Brooks out in front here. Brooks continuing to lead the way, did not want to see that caution flag as he had a bit of a lead. Starting to open up here over everybody else as the green flag back out into the air here for the 54 of Joseph Brooks. Brooks quickly onto the lap pedal, looking to run away as the 86 of Patrick Lemire gets up into the outside wall pretty hard there in quarter 1 and 2. Maybe some front end damage here for the 86 as here comes the 37 of Joey Price up into that second spot as he clears the 86. Here comes PJ Popham and Patrick Lemire right there into the battle. Oh man, what a move right there by Patrick Lemire as he was able to work himself down from the top side to the bottom side as there's still 3 wide back here as the 37 trying to stay in front of the 2. They're going to make some contact. They're going to go around in a pile-up here behind our race leader. Oh my gosh. Joey Price collected in that. I don't know who that is upside down. That's the 28 rider, Cody Blix. Unfortunately, upside down on his lid. The 307 collected in it, 86 in there, the 185. Pretty much everyone back here behind our race leader, Joseph Brooks. I think Joseph's the only car that's really stayed out of trouble out there on the racetrack. Is everyone beating and banging, and unfortunately a lot of contact here for a lot of these drivers and a lot of tore up race cars down there in quarter number 3, as we will take another look at it here as the 37 ride just trying to stay up and in front of the 2 machine. Slides up in front of them. They get super tight here off quarter number 2, and unfortunately nowhere to go. The 185 spun around, the 307, 86, and everybody else getting tied up in that one. See the flawless auto body ride right there, having to drive himself off the outside wall, and unfortunately for Cody Blix, upside down there. So we will stack him up, rack him up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. I started running the carbon fiber body on my mod, and it's so much better. They pop right back into shape. Yeah, the carbon fiber. I don't know. My carbon fiber. Are you sure? When they pop back into place, aluminum usually pops somewhat back into place as long as it's not crumpled. But carbon fiber, I thought, usually just blows apart, and then you gotta like compound it back together. As we are back to green flag racing, though, not a lot of drivers left out there on the racetrack. Is out in front, Joseph Brooks leading the way. Patrick Lemire back up into second, and somehow the 57 ride of Maurice Meyer up into position number 3. Is Zane Lemire back there in position number 4, and the 37 of Joey Price there in position number 5. Patches B Fast, Pacer, Popham, PJ Popham, Cody Blix, and Warren Samoy round out our top 5. Is out in front. It's the 54 ride. Joseph Brooks continuing to lead the way. Is down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. He's going to see the white flag fly. So the white flag out into the air here for the number 54 as Joseph Brooks looking to pick up the checker flag and park this 54 ride down here into victory lane. Is through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. It's Joseph Brooks picking up the checkered flag here in the Montana iRacing League as he gets the win at Cedar Lake Speedway. He's going to pull it up here into victory lane. Patrick Lemire right there in position number 2, and Maurice Meyer there in position number 3, as we'll get ready to jump up into the Discord here with our top 3 finishers. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause here to all these drivers. Unfortunately, there was, as exactly what Cody said up there in the chat, there was a lot of unfortunate events that happened out there with unfortunate breaks right there. With the rule change, we can use plastic bodies. Plastic bodies, okay. Carbon fiber / plastic, not a crack in it after rolling it. Nice. Fuck, that's pretty dope. We don't have those fancy things up here in Canada. We normally use just aluminum and sheet metal and whatever else we can find. We got maybe plastic nose cones, stuff like that, but nothing too crazy. We got some carbon fiber hoods and certain little things like that, but not too much of anything else, and especially not entire bodies. That's definitely nothing we have up here in Canada. But we're going to get ready. We're going to pull this 54 ride, our race winner, up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interviews. A bit of a wild race right there, a bit of a wild run, as we'll get these drivers stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go here for our second session of the day. As our second race going to get underway here in just a little bit. We'll get a second session up though for it. We'll get ready here. We're going to pull our race winner, Joseph Brooks, up into the broadcast booth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see some congratulations here for the 54 ride as he parks it up here in victory lane. Hey, Joe, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Joe, man, what a run, what a race. A lot of caution flags, a lot of restarts. You had to keep these drivers back there on their toes to try to keep all of them at bay as you were able to jump up, get the lead here early on in this racing, and never looked back as you were able to hold them off here for pretty much all 40 laps. A lot of caution flags, though, had to get you pretty nervous out there on the racetrack when you look back there and see, Patrick Lemire, Maurice Meyer, Joey Price, PJ Popham, and so many other talented drivers here in the field right there on your back bumper.
Absolutely. I heard Patrick coming on my outside, and I was like, uh-oh, the top's there. And then we got that caution, so I was like, all right, here's my chance to go to the top. but I was just protecting and the bottom coming in on the green flag lap there, and I was able to do it. It wasn't easy though, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Definitely not easy out there on the racetrack. I don't know how many caution flags we had, but it was a few too many out there, unfortunately, here for us in this one. But, Joe, how do you keep yourself focused? How do you keep yourself locked in here for all these restarts and everything else? And how do you not lose focus out there on the racetrack, where you make those mistakes, you miss your marks, you maybe slip up and let a driver get by you there after, so many restarts and everything else? How do you keep focused and how do you keep yourself, put together out there with all those caution flags?
A lot of it's just breathing, to be honest with you. I know I'm fast. Cedar Lake's one of my best tracks, along with Eldora. I'm pretty good in the mods, so I knew I was going to be one to compete with. And then I just kept watching the relative timing and seeing that I was pulling on them. So I just told myself, hit your marks, breathe, and don't look back.
Absolutely. That's definitely one of the things to do. Make sure you breathe, just kind of relax a little bit, keep the butterflies down, and just try to keep your focus out there after so many caution flags, so many restarts. You're able to hold them all off and park that 54 ride up here in victory lane. Joe, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here in this one?
I just want to thank Warren and everyone putting all this together. You for the broadcast, the Bush Barn, BBI, Tri City Speed, AC Free Range CPA, Missouri River Barbershop. There's so many more friends and family, everyone that helps me out. There's just so many people. I'm sorry if I forgot some.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Joe, a great run and a great drive as you pick up the first checkered flag here of the evening. You're going to get another opportunity here in just a few more moments as our second race is going to get put up and ready to rock and roll here. Hopefully not as many caution flags, but hopefully some more of the same here for you as we look forward to seeing you back out there and maybe right back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe right back up here in Victory Lane.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. Good luck and have fun out there.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our first heat, our first feature winner of the evening. Joseph Brooks picking up the Montana iRacing League UMP Modified Series win here in this one. A great run and a great drive there for him as he gets the win in this one, as we'll pull in our second place finisher, Patrick Lemire, as we'll pull Patrick up here for his post-race interview as well as he's waiting patiently. Unfortunately, our third place finisher doesn't have Discord, so we can't get him in here, but nonetheless, we'll get our top two in and get ready for our next show. Hey, Patrick, it's Aaron up here on the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
How's it going?
Not too bad, Patrick, man. What a run, what a race, what a bit of a wild one out there for you in this one. Is a lot of up and downs as you were able to work yourself through the field, avoid a lot of the caution flags, a lot of the chaos that happened out there early on in this race, and work yourself up inside the top three. But then late in this one, we saw you get bounced around a little bit. We saw you get up into the wall, and then unfortunately get tied up in a few late race caution flags. As we saw a lot of them here in this one, man. Take us back through this race and how you were able to get it done and rebound there from a late race wreck and to be able to get up here into position number 2.
Well, I got caught up with that early caution like right away, and I was dependent on or deciding on going and pitting and getting a new car or what, but I decided to stay out. And then I just slowly started working my way forward. Finally found some momentum, and then caution came out, just ruined my run. So, got to give it to Joe for running that high side.
Absolutely, the high side, the place to be here in this one at Cedar Lake Speedway. And unfortunately for you, you just weren't able to find your way around them here in this one, as Joe, I think, was the only driver out there on the racetrack to really not get tied up in any caution flags or any really real damage out there on the racetrack, as it was pure chaos and a lot of beating and banging and battling out there behind the 54 ride. You were able to see that firsthand a few times here in this one, but a great rebound as you parked it up here in position number 2. Maybe not the night that you wanted to have, maybe you wanted to be that one spot better in victory lane, but with all the circumstances, with all the caution flags and all the chaos, to be able to still finish this race, let alone be up here in second place, has got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just happy I finished the race. This was like a demo derby out here, but it was still fun. So we went out there, did our best, and came home with second. So
Absolutely, Patrick. A great run and a great drive here for you in the 86 ride. Who would you like to thank for such a strong run and strong performance here in this one?
I want to thank Warren and all the admins for putting this whole thing together. I want to give a big shout out to BBI, Gear Grabbers Garage, AutoWorks Repair, and more, and you for putting on the broadcast.
Absolutely, brother. Always my pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack here in just a little bit for our second race of the evening. Hopefully, we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe one spot better in the next one and up in Victory Lane.
That's what we're shooting for.
Beauty, Patrick. Good luck and have fun out there.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Patrick Lemire. Patrick coming home there in position number 2. Unfortunately, we're going to call it there in this one. This race is going to be over. We're going to call it there on that note as we're going to get ready for our next session. So we got about a 15-20 minute break here as they get into their warm-up, make sure everyone's loaded in and everything else. We're going to get a quick break. We're going to get a drink. We're going to get ready to rock and roll, and then we're going to be right back into the action here with our second race of the evening in just a few more moments. So make sure you have that bell notification turned on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming, whether it's over on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you got those bells. Jump into the chat with the exclamation mark notify over on Facebook. I don't know if YouTube does that or not, but you can turn the bell notifications on. That way you guys never miss when we go live here in all of the amazing iRacing content that we produce here on a nightly basis. Basically, we barely get night days off, especially, this time of year is super, super busy. A lot of leagues continues to get messages for more and more and more. We could almost fit more in if we had different time zones and everything else for a lot of these leagues. Unfortunately, everyone kind of wants to run right at the exact same time, but hopefully we can squeeze in a few more new ones and get some more racing action out there, some more content for each and every one of us to enjoy. But we'll be right back here in just a few more moments, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for tuning into this one, and hopefully I'll see you guys in here for the next race as well. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.